Did you ever wonder what secrets Hollywood tried to bury? Some of the biggest stars in old Hollywood were at the center of rumors that changed their careers and the industry forever. In today's video, we're diving into the 15 biggest rumors that shaped old Hollywood. From scandals that rocked Tinseltown to whispers that still linger, we'll explore how these rumors influenced not just the lives of these legendary stars, but also the direction of Hollywood itself. Grab a seat and prepare for a deep dive into the drama, mystery, and human side of Hollywood's golden age. Number 15. Marlene Dietrich insured her voice for $1 million. Marlene Dietrich's crisp, raspy voice became one of her trademarks. But what if we told you there was a massive insurance policy taken out on it? Believe it or not, this rumor is true. Back in old Hollywood, before the rise of mass media, such policies might have seemed laughable, but for stars like Dietrich, distinctive features weren't just part of their image. They were major financial assets. Dietrich wasn't alone in having her body parts insured. Betty Grable's legs were also covered, and comedian Jimmy Durante's famous nose was insured as well. Sounds strange? Maybe. But this was Hollywood, where every asset was protected at all costs. But what does this say about how much Hollywood valued its stars and their unique traits? Number 14. Joan Crawford's adult film. Before Joan Crawford became a Hollywood icon, she had a surprising start. In 1924, she was part of a chorus line in a Broadway show called Innocent Eyes, which led to her discovery in Detroit. But what most people don't know is that Joan's early career included a role in a film called The Casting Couch. This film wasn't just any movie, it was a soft-core adult film, considered pretty scandalous for its time. The story was about actors at a Hollywood party, getting involved in some steamy situations. Joan played Gloria, a young actress who thought using her looks would help her get ahead in Hollywood. When Joan's mother found out about the film, she was furious and even threatened to disown her. But just days later, Joan got a life-changing contract with MGM, which launched her to stardom. She supported her family, but eventually broke away and became one of Hollywood's most famous stars. How did this early scandal help Joan become such a big star? And how many more dark Hollywood secrets are hidden away? Number 13. The inspiration behind Citizen Kane changed the world. What if Citizen Kane, one of the greatest films in history, was a direct response to a Hollywood scandal? Orson Welles' masterpiece about Charles Foster Kane was heavily inspired by media mogul William Randolph Hearst, and when the film hit the big screen, the rumors went wild. Hearst was furious, and the battle between him and Welles escalated quickly. Hearst's newspapers launched a full-out attack to discredit the film and keep it out of the public's mind. The entire debacle sparked a battle between press and power, shaping Hollywood and its future. Welles denied the film was based on Hearst, but the parallels were undeniable. What would have happened if Hearst had succeeded in silencing Citizen Kane? Would it have changed Hollywood history forever? Number 12. Jeanette MacDonald's child and the love triangle with Louis B. Mayer. Jeanette MacDonald and Nelson Eddy were two of MGM's biggest stars, and they were rumored to be in love. But their romance wasn't welcomed by Louis B. Mayer, the powerful head of MGM. Mayer was worried that their relationship would hurt their careers, so when MacDonald found out she was pregnant with Eddy's child in 1935, Mayer allegedly forced her to have an abortion. Tragically, MacDonald miscarried by the end of the summer. Mayer was happy because it meant MacDonald and Eddy's careers wouldn't be hurt, but Eddy, heartbroken, ended the relationship. Mayer went on to push MacDonald into more films and even tried to keep them apart by threatening Eddy. How much control did Mayer really have over the stars' personal lives? And how many other Hollywood romances were crushed by the power of the studios? Number 11. The tragic passing of Peg Entwistle. Hollywood's glitz and glamour often mask the darker side of fame. Peg Entwistle, a rising star in the 1930s, tragically took her own life by jumping from the Hollywood sign in 1932. Her promising career in stage acting took a devastating turn after her first movie, 13 Women, was almost entirely cut from the final version. Entwistle's death became the stuff of legend, and her story still haunts the Hollywood hills. Her tragic end was featured in the Netflix series Hollywood, drawing attention to the often hidden struggles behind the stars' glittering facades. How many other stars in Hollywood's history suffered in silence, their struggles hidden behind the glimmer of fame? Up next, we'll dive into the most shocking gossip that rocked Tinseltown. You won't believe what came next. Number 10. Gossip columnists worked for the studios. In old Hollywood, gossip columnists weren't just reporting the news, they were the architects of it. The studios used them to shape the public's perception of stars, often creating scandalous stories that fit their carefully crafted images. Hedda Hopper, the queen of gossip, rose to power thanks to the backing of MGM's Louis B. Mayer, while Luella Parsons owed her career to the powerful William Randolph Hearst. But what really happened behind the scenes? The truth is, the columnists often saved the juiciest stories for a rainy day, protecting the stars when necessary and keeping the Hollywood machine running smoothly. Even a tarnished reputation could be polished over time. So, why were some of Hollywood's darkest secrets never told? And who really held the power to silence the truth? Number 9. The Oscars were created as a union-busting technique. What if we told you that the Oscars, the very symbol of Hollywood's glamorous recognition, were created as a way to control the stars and keep them in line? It sounds like a plot twist, but that's exactly how it all started. In the late 1920s, Hollywood mogul Louis B. Mayer was faced with rising union pressure. So he did what any power-hungry studio head would do. He co-founded the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. The Academy was designed to replace unions and maintain control over the talent, offering awards to keep them distracted and loyal. At the very first Academy Awards in 1929, the event was over in just 15 minutes, but it was all part of Mayer's grand plan. So, how did the Oscars evolve into the prestigious event we know today? And what dark truths might still be lurking beneath that golden statuette? Number 8. Joan Crawford's stepfather. Joan Crawford's Hollywood image of glamour and sophistication hid a troubled past. Born into a working-class family, her life before stardom was far from glamorous. Her father left when she was young, and her mother married Henry Casson, a man who worked at a local opera house. But there were dark rumors about Casson. Some believe that he was involved with Joan when she was only 11 years old, which caused her mother to end the marriage. Later, when Joan was a teenager, rumors spread that she unknowingly spread lice around Kansas City because she didn't always practice good hygiene. This led to Joan developing an obsession with cleanliness, which she carried into her Hollywood life. Could these dark family secrets have shaped Joan Crawford into the star she became? And how many other Hollywood stars were hiding similar troubles behind closed doors? Number 7. Olivia de Havilland and Joan Fontaine's sisterly feud. Sisters. Olivia de Havilland and Joan Fontaine were Oscar-winning legends, but behind the glamour lay a bitter feud that became one of Hollywood's most talked-about rivalries. The tension between the two was no secret, and even backstage at the Oscars, their animosity was evident. They both denied it publicly, but privately, their feud simmered for decades. While Olivia remained tight-lipped about their rivalry until her death, Joan eventually admitted to its truth. But what really happened to drive these two sisters apart? Was the feud just a byproduct of Hollywood's competitive nature, or was there something more sinister at play? How far would the two sisters go to protect their legacies in a town built on secrets and lies? Number 6. Natalie Wood's mother. Natalie Wood, a star from a young age, was known for her roles in Rebel Without a Cause and West Side Story, as well as her high-profile love life. But while Natalie shone in the spotlight, her mother, Maria, had her struggles. Maria, a Russian refugee, was passionate, but often dishonest. She was known for stretching the truth, and was even called a pathological liar by her daughter, Lana. Maria's obsession with making her daughter a star started early, especially after a fortune teller predicted that her second child, Natalie, would be known throughout the world. Maria pushed Natalie into the spotlight, and their relationship grew even more complicated. One of Natalie's biggest secrets was the end of her first marriage to Robert Wagner. To protect his image, Natalie publicly took the blame for their divorce in 1961, never confirming rumors of an affair with co-star Warren Beatty. Throughout her life, Natalie stayed silent, often to protect others, her mother, her co-stars, and even after her mysterious death. Sadly, it seemed that no one was ever there to protect Natalie. Could Maria's obsession with Natalie's fame have led to some of the troubles in her life? And what about the real truth behind Natalie's death? Number 5. Walt Disney, formerly welcomed Nazi Germany's biggest filmmaker. Walt Disney, the icon known for bringing wholesome stories to life, had a controversial connection to one of Nazi Germany's most powerful propagandists, Leni Riefenstahl. A filmmaker known for crafting pro-Hitler propaganda, found herself welcomed with open arms by Disney himself in the late 1930s. But was it just a gesture of goodwill, or did Disney have an agenda of his own? Although Disney later denied knowing Riefenstahl's true significance, rumors swirled that the visit was more than a casual tour. Disney's history became complicated, and some still question whether his involvement with Riefenstahl was a part of something much darker. What was Disney really after in this surprising alliance? And what does it say about Hollywood's willingness to compromise? Number 4. Loretta Young's secret child with Clark Gable. In the world of old Hollywood, an unplanned pregnancy could ruin an actress's career. For Loretta Young, being pregnant with Clark Gable's child was a nightmare she had to hide. Rather than face scandal, Young concocted an elaborate story, claiming she had adopted the child. But as Judy Lewis grew older, it became clear that she resembled Gable in ways that were hard to ignore. The truth was kept hidden for decades, until after all three involved were gone. What's even more shocking is the darker truth behind Judy's conception. It wasn't consensual. This is a story that paints a completely different picture of old Hollywood, where control, scandal, and lies ruled the day. Could this be one of the darkest secrets Hollywood tried to bury, and how many other untold stories remain hidden from the public? Number 3. Chaplin's younger partners. Charlie Chaplin was one of Hollywood's greatest geniuses, but his personal life was full of scandal. Chaplin's politics made him a target, but it was his string of much younger partners that shocked the public. The 1944 paternity suit filed by Joan Barry revealed his penchant for marrying women who were often far too young, with one of his wives, Lita Gray, being a minor when they wed. But even after the truth came out, Chaplin wasn't the father. The public scrutiny continued. His subsequent marriage to the teenage Una O'Neill only added fuel to the fire. What was behind this obsession with younger women, and why did Hollywood turn a blind eye to it? What lengths did Hollywood go to protect its stars? And could this be why some of Chaplin's darkest secrets remained hidden for so long? Number 2. Bette Davis and Joan Crawford's feud. Bette Davis and Joan Crawford's legendary feud lasted for years, and it came to a head when they co-starred in Whatever Happened to Baby Jane in 1962. The rivalry was fierce, and in 1963, after Bette received an Oscar nomination, Joan tried to sabotage her. Joan campaigned against Bette and even volunteered to accept the award for any Best Actress nominee who couldn't attend. When Joan was given the chance to accept the Oscar, she gleefully took it, posing with other winners as if she had won herself. This act of stealing Betty's glory showed just how deep their feud went. The rivalry had roots in both actresses' careers. In 1939, Bette Davis was one of Hollywood's highest-paid actresses, and rumors about their rivalry circulated for years. Both actresses had strained relationships with their studios, Warner Brothers for Davis and MGM for Crawford. The feud intensified when Crawford won the Best Actress Oscar in 1945, a role that Davis was rumored to have turned down. Their first real collaboration was in Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. In 1962, a film that whipped the press into a frenzy. What drove these two legendary actresses to hate each other so much, and how did their feud shape their careers? Number 1. Judy Garland's treatment at MGM. Judy Garland's journey to stardom wasn't just filled with triumph, it was also marked by tragedy. At MGM, Garland was transformed into a star, but at what cost? The studio didn't just control her career, they controlled her body. They dictated her food intake and prescribed pills to keep her functioning. contributing to a lifelong struggle with substance abuse. While many blamed her problems, the truth about the mistreatment she faced at MGM was hidden for years. But what really happened behind the scenes? Garland's life, controlled by the studio, was one of sacrifice, and the system that created her would also destroy her. These shocking Hollywood secrets may have been buried for years, but they show just how complicated and dramatic the lives of these icons truly were. Which revelation caught you by surprise? Was there one you didn't expect? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another jaw-dropping Hollywood story. See you in the next